Well, I'm with a lady that many people know here at Government House this afternoon. I mean, there's no one on the Isle of Man who has not been to Jovi Junk, Stella. Come on. I mean, it's one of those traditions, isn't it, really?
Yes, I suppose so.
And it's still going strong after all these years.
Oh, half a lifetime.
I mean, you collect a lot of stuff there, and people want to buy it, so it's good on you, isn't it? I mean, though some stuff may sit around longer than other stuff.
Sure.
But anyway, we digress. Tonight you're here for a very special occasion. The Governor is celebrating everything aviation. And of course, but you, of course, well, let you tell the story, your connection with the Schneider Trophy.
My father won the Schneider Trophy in 1914. When he did so, he gave Britain air supremacy for the first time. His fame, he became world famous, and also in winning the Schneider Trophy, he beat all the best pilots. He wasn't racing against them all, but the top pilot was Roland Garros. And he did not enter the race because he saw father going round and round and said, "I cannot beat Pixton." And he did not enter. But more importantly is father's pioneering days. He first flew in 1910, and he was the first man to be with A.V. Rowe at Brooklands in 1910. Brooklands was a famous motor racing course, nearly 3 miles around, and the idea of putting huts in the centre for early pioneers, the experimenters in aviation, was a good idea, and gradually huts were built, and when father arrived there were 18 huts, and he knew all the people eventually, of course, and A.V. Rowe's hut was number 14, no number 13.
I mean, people who've seen the film, The Magnificent Men in Their Flying Machines, those are the sorts of planes we're talking about, aren't they? I mean, that's so pioneering. I mean, in a way, you're lucky you're here almost, aren't you? Because it was a very dangerous thing to undertake in those days, wasn't it?
Yes, indeed. My father was lucky to survive, and those magnificent men in the flying machines, unbeknown to everyone, the story writer, the storyteller, came to father, and father told him so many incidences, like he was known as the sewage farm king because he was always landing in the fields or the beds, which when the course was built in 1907, it was too expensive to move these fields, and so the course cuts across the sewage fields. But father said it was the softest place anyway to stall in the land, you know.
Now, tonight I know you've got a presentation of a book to the Governor,
yes,
and the Isle of Man has now got this cluster of the aerospace industry. You must be quite surprised and delighted, aren't you, with the way the Isle of Man has got this connection with your father?
Well, my father would have been delighted. I wish he were here now.
Well, I looked him up. And is it true that he also did the first delivery of newspapers by plane to the Isle of Man and these sort of things?
1919. Now, my book on father, which is in first person, I ghosted for him, ends at 1918. But I'm going to start on book 2, beginning with I was lost, and he was flying newspapers to the Isle of Man, but he, I think it must have been misty or something, and he didn't know quite what direction to go. Anyway, eventually he was going to deliver the Daily Mail, but he was asked to deliver the Daily News, even though he was lost at that time. And very successful. So this was the first commercial flight to the Isle of Man, and also he took the first paying passenger off the Isle of Man. But there's a lot of history connected with Father and the Isle of Man. And he arranged the Isle of Man air racing in 1932, I think, and it was at Ronnersway Estate, and eventually that became Ronnersway Airport, because after an air meeting there, the odd plane coming to the Isle of Man tended to land on that area. And so that's the beginning. But
So
there's
much-
a lot
so
more.
much.
Yeah, he was Britain's first test pilot. And he saw so many of his friends die. And especially in 1913, when his great friend Cody crashed and died, and other people he knew. He was very lucky to survive.
And as I said, that's why you're here. Isn't that lucky, hey? By the way, I mean, I know he's buried up at Derby, isn't he? The big debate, what do you think about, when you talk about the airports, should it have been at Ronnersway, the main one, or should it have been up at Derby? There you go. Have you got a thought on that? You know, for the Isle of Man airport, where should it have been best served?
Well, because Father kind of instigated flying there. That's the right place. Of course, Ronnersway is the right place. But Father is buried at Derby Churchyard. His last wish was to be buried by the Air Force boys. Quite a number of RAF graves there.
Well, we could talk loads more, but
Of
have a
course.
lovely time here tonight, and it's so nice, isn't it, that everyone get together like this?
Wonderful.